Hashtag wow, hashtag now. And I got done watching Terminator Zero. I binge watched every episode. Now, the question, of course, was it good? Yes and no. Now, I'm going to get the no part out of the way. Terminator is never going to be Terminator again. I mentioned this before with the first Terminator that it was a product of its time, meaning it has a 1980s feel to it. Terminator 2 over here, again, product is a 1990s feel. Okay, I know Terminator 3 is a mixed bag. I mean, to me, I enjoyed it, but I don't know. Movies don't have that time period to it. I don't know. Do you think of the year 2000? We think of Terminator 3. I don't know. Or any movies, anything past the year 2000, and people are like, oh yeah, that's a product of its time. I got that feel to it, but anyhow, that's debatable. But getting to the point. Now, Terminator Zero, yeah, there are going to be some spoilers. Sorry, but don't worry, I'm not going to spoil everything because it is. I want to make sure you guys actually watch it because there's some twists to it. There's a reason for things there. Uh, I have to warn you, it does bring up reference from Terminator 2, but it ignores it because as we know, okay, yeah, I'm going to spoil Terminator 2. Yeah, it does end where they prevent Judgment Day, but here, no, they don't prevent Judgment Day. So it's more like, okay, we're going to pay attention to Terminator 1. They'll talk about the whole August 29th, 1997, when Judgment Day happens. The movie takes place in Tokyo, Japan. They said, okay, what is it? Well, in Japan, keep in mind, it's probably like 12 hours difference. They talk about what's the, well, it's August 29th in Japan, but it's like August 28th in the United States. And the guy creates an AI called Kokoro. And the idea Kokoro is supposed to prevent Judgment Day. I'm not going to say how, because I'm trying to keep this spoiler free as much as possible. But at any rate, of course, there's a lot of question. They create an AI. There's a lot of talk about what's the word for robot? Tell me what's robot? And you gotta get to the point and say, oh, it means slave. It's like, yeah. Kokoro is asking, okay, well, yeah, I guess I could prevent Judgment Day, but should I? Isn't this a good thing? Are you resetting humanity? And that's actually a good point. I mean, look at the world right now. We're arguing over movies. We're divided. There are people who claim they're doing the right thing, but they're not. So again, that's the question: should humanity be saved? Uh, Another thing. Now, again, this takes place in Japan. Now we see the other Terminator movies where you're getting a gun's pretty easy. There's gun stores. Shoot, Walmart sells guns, for God's sakes. But here, the Terminator going back through time, human resistance going back through time, they're going to have a harder time. Like, okay, how exactly do I fight a Terminator with guns? Are really hard to find. There are some reference to the earlier movies. Now, one thing I like about it is that, yeah, there is a reference to the movies. You can tell there's reference, but it's not right. Because a lot of times, I think they really learn from other people's mistakes where they do put reference for other movies, but it's not so obvious. I mean, there's a line, come with me if you want to live. No, they kind of changed it a little bit, saying you want to stay alive, you should come with me or something like. I can't remember the whole words, but it's like it's the same concept, but it's not in your face. There's some reference to the movies. I'm not gonna say what they were, but uh, honestly, I had a good time watching. I mean, I watched every episode. Each episode is just under 30 minutes, and it felt like it went pretty quickly. The Terminator is the going back through time is very resourceful with everything. There's a lot of like again, the Terminator can't have guns, so trying to find ways around it. I'm not gonna say what it is, but Terminator's gonna find some way around it. The machine actually acts like a machine, not like a person. Because again, keep in mind these guys here, they imitate a person. They're not a person, so it keeps that in mind. What else? The animation, I have a feeling is a mixture between 2D and 3D animation, but don't call me on the 2D. It could be so computers, but you see where they show more of a 3D when they show the Terminator. They do show that. I have a theory. Okay, I'm going to spoil one. I think this is a theory, but there's an old woman there who tries to help one of the time travelers out. And I have a feeling, I have a theory that she's Sarah Connor, that she's old Sarah Connor from the future. And it's kind of weird. I'm going to help you out on this one here. It takes place in 1997 of August, when Japan, August 29th in Japan. The future they came from is from 2022, which I know gets kind of confusing because this is 2024, so who knows how long this was in the script, or maybe decided, no, 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 no. This is the time period it took place in. But the idea here, again, should humanity be saved? How, what more dilemmas that people have to go through? What if that happens when they find out something about themselves? How would they react? Because they do find stuff about themselves they didn't know about. Again, I could talk more, but again, I'm going to give the spoiler territories, but it is definitely worth watching. I binge watched every episode, and I'm excited for season 2. So, what do you think? Do you believe that Terminator Zero was more of a Terminator movie or less of a Terminator movie, but you don't care because it was a good movie? Sorry, I keep calling it a movie. TV series. Are you looking forward to season 2? Uh, does it matter that they ignored Terminator 2 and up? I mean, how could I ignore Genesis and Dark Fate? We're all agreeing with that one. Write in the comments below and try to keep it spoiler free. And then, as always, well, happy Halloween! Dun 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 dun. Like and subscribe to my video, or you'll be terminated.